Georges Simenon's Madame Maigrè's Own Case. Dramatised by Alison Joseph. Starring Nicolas Le Prevost as Maigret, with Julian Barnes as Simenon, Julie Legrand as Madame Maigret, and Ron Cook as Sergeant Lucas.
Madame Maigret's case, you called it?
Quite rightly, too. Without Louise, you'd never have solved it.
A somewhat simplistic view, Simenon.
On the contrary, Madame Maigret excelled herself.
And my men? You always did gloss over the real work, the endless checking, the interrogations.
I don't like to bore my readers. You can see my point, surely. I have a story to tell.
Do I complain about it being boring?
No, but...
Well then, we do the job. Me and my men, we question people, we keep an eye on things, we wear out our shoes. There's no glamour in it. I mean, take this case you claim was my wife's. The way you tell it is all drama, starting with the anonymous note that was sent to our department.
A scrap of paper which said, "The bookbinder on the Rue de Turenne has burnt a body in his furnace." And then you sent someone to check and found 2 human teeth in the ashes.
Anonymous notes and human teeth. But what you don't see is the other stuff, the endless checking, talking to the man's neighbours, the bar owners, the shopkeepers on the Rue de Turenne. And then there were those leaks to the press, which meant that every cab driver in Paris had a view on the case.
You arrested him, though, the bookbinder.
Yes, we had to.
His lawyer didn't like it.
His lawyer took advantage of a press interest to shout about his client's innocence in all the papers. Well, I can see his point. Our bookbinder didn't appear to be a murderer.
Not your usual sort of criminal.
A gentle soul, Franz Sturvels, from Flanders originally, a true craftsman. Considered the best bookbinder in Paris, as his whippersnapper of a lawyer was very fond of telling the press. He had a wife, Fernande, to whom he appeared devoted. It's always difficult, having to question a man like that. Monsieur Sturvels, let's start again, shall we? The teeth.
Yes. Yes, the teeth.
How do you explain it?
I don't.
The false telegram from Concarneau, claiming that your wife's mother was gravely ill, thereby causing your wife to leave Paris and not return for 3 days. Have tricks like that ever been played on you before?
No, never.
Dense smoke coming out of your chimney on Sunday.
It was cold.
And then there's the suitcase. Young Lapointe came to search your place and he saw a reddish-brown suitcase sticking out from under a table in the workshop. He says he tried to lift it and it was very heavy. Yet, at 5 that afternoon, when Inspector Lucas came with a search warrant, the suitcase had gone. Or, more to the point, there was a suitcase, but it was a different colour, a darker brown. Lapointe swears it's not the same one, that the first one had a handle tied together with string.
For heaven's sake, I'm a skilled leather worker. If I had to mend a suitcase, I wouldn't use string.
One of the best, your lawyer says. Keen young man, isn't he? Young Leotard.
I've been kept in custody since all this blew up. My wife's very anxious.
Oh, yes, your wife.
This has nothing to do with my wife.
No, of course not. The fact that you met her when she
wasn't like the others.
A working woman. Boulevard de Sebastopol was her patch, wasn't it?
It was a long time ago.
She's very devoted to you, isn't she?
And I to her.
A man is lucky to have a wife like that. She's been bringing you food in, I hear.
She's anxious that I eat properly.
My wife's just the same. When I go home for lunch, there'll be something tasty simmering on the hob.
Oh, my dear. Have you been waiting ages?
It's full of smoke in here.
Oh, it's all ruined.
Well,
I'd left it cooking when I popped out for my dental appointment. I was only going to be an hour.
I had to open all the windows.
I knew you'd be cross, but it's not as if I could help
No, I'm
it.
not cross.
Oh, I'd like to see you coping with what I've been through. The little boy crying and wailing. Oh, my poor casserole. Absolutely blackened.
I was the dentist.
And there you are, eating bread and cheese. But I didn't even see the dentist. That's the whole point. I couldn't leave the Place d'Anvers, could I?
Why ever not?
I just told you it was the little boy. I had to stay with him for hours. Even though he made such a fuss, everyone thought I was trying to kidnap him.
Which little boy?
I told you some weeks ago about the nice lady in the blue suit and her child, but you didn't listen, as usual. Yeah, the one I've got to know sitting on the bench in the square waiting for the dentist.
Oh.
Yeah, well, she was there this morning, as usual. But this time, she suddenly asked if I'd mind her child. Just for a moment, she said. And then finally, about 15 minutes ago, she came back. And I jumped into a taxi.
What did she say?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing at all. And she seemed such a polite woman. There I was in the middle of the square and the poor child crying, and then this taxi draws up and I recognised her white hat. She didn't even get out. Just opened the door. And then the boy ran towards her and he gets in and she slams the door without a word of thanks. And then the taxi pulled out towards the Boulevard Rochechouart. And now you're laughing at me.
I'm not.
I knew you would.
I'm not.
To abandon your child like that. More than 2 hours I was there. She doesn't even know my name.
Do you know hers?
No.
Where she lives?
I don't know anything at all. Only that I missed my appointment, that my lovely chicken is burnt to a cinder, and that you're sitting there eating an old piece of cheese. Well, I'd planned such a lovely meal.
Oh, really, the cheese is fine, huh?
Since when have you been content to eat a piece of cheese for lunch?
I wasn't that hungry.
Oh, you're such a bad liar.
We can have dinner this evening.
You'll be late.
I won't, I promise.
You always say that, and then you are.
I'll be here.
Well, don't expect another chicken.
Chicken might be nice.
It'll be your fault if it's burnt.
Morning, Chief. All right, Chief.
Morning, Chief. Inspector.
Ah, young Lepointe. How are you getting on? Where's Luca?
In his office as usual.
How's it going?
Don't ask. We have had a case like it. I'm drowning in paper here. Here's what the waiter said in the bistro on the Rue des Francs Bourgeois. Here's what Madame Rance in the umbrella shop said. Here's what Bousquet, the shoemaker on the Rue de Turenne, claimed he saw. Although his story changes depending on how many brandies he's consumed. We've gone through motives. None. Your Stuyvesant has led the most unexceptional life of any man.
And Inspector Torrance?
He's still in Concarneau, trying to check the fake telegram about the mother being ill. Nothing so far. And now there's the taxis. I wanted to find out whether a taxi had taken anyone to the bookbinders after dark on Saturday the 17th of February. And sure enough, look. 3 people, according to the cabbie who came to see me yesterday. He said they were a thin, fair man, possibly Hungarian, a middle-aged Frenchman, nervous, and the one who seemed to be in charge, Levantine, my cabbie thought. They all spoke French, the Levantine paid, they all went into the bookbinders.
Taxis.
What?
You've just reminded me. My wife had a little adventure yesterday. While you are entertaining all the cab drivers of Paris, perhaps you could ask one or two about a lady in a blue suit and a white hat, Place d'Anvers, yesterday lunchtime. She appeared in the square in a cab and picked up a little boy.
Will do, Chief.
It'll be interesting to see what the newspapers make of that.
It's all over the papers again. Madame Maygray's misadventure.
I thought it would be.
Who can be leaking all this stuff?
Chief, just spoken to another cabbie. Result, I think. A very peculiar result, too. On the day of your wife's adventure, he picked up a lady answering the description. Blue suit, white hat, who was with a man. Fat, well-dressed, foreigner.
Go on.
He says they were jumpy, impatient. They come out of a hotel on the Rue Lepic, one of those dodgy ones, my man says. She hails the cab, jumps in, says goodbye to the bloke. She gets the cab to drive her to the Place d'Anvers, and there's this child with, forgive me, Chief, a motherly old soul, he said. Obviously, from a distance, you know.
Get on with it, Luca.
The child runs away from the older woman towards the car. The lady in the hat pulls the child inside and then orders my man to drive them to the Porte de Neuilly and then out to the Place Saint-Augustin, where she and the kid get out of the car in the traffic and hail another cab. And then Torrance phoned me from Concarneau.
When?
About 20 minutes ago. He said that a woman answering the same description was there about a month ago. Some chap who runs one of the hotels claims someone like her ate in his restaurant the very evening the telegram was sent. Arrived from Paris on the 4 o'clock train, left that evening on the last train back. Foreign accent, he said, although Tarrant says they find him difficult to understand up there. Tarrant said he's going to check with the postmistress and then he's waiting instructions from you.
Well. Maybe Madame Maigray's found a key to unlock this case after all. Luca, send someone to talk to the madame who runs this dodgy hotel on the Rue Le Pic, where the cab driver saw our friends. And while you're sorting that out, I'm taking young Lapointe out for a beer. Come along, Lapointe.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lapointe. Now, you're ambitious, aren't you?
Yes, Chief. Inspector.
You live by yourself?
I share with my sister, Germaine. She works for a publisher on the left bank.
Does she have a boyfriend?
She's only 18.
Do you often meet your sister for lunch?
It depends. If I'm free, there's a little restaurant we go to near her work. Oh, Monsieur Maigret, if I ever thought that Germaine would be...
Who might she be telling, do you think?
If it's that Bizarre...
Who's Bizarre?
Oh, he's a friend, Antoine Bizarre. He's a reporter. Oh, no.
On this newspaper?
I had no idea that she and Antoine... Our dad will be so angry. I'm supposed to be looking after her. He'll make her go back home.
Does he live near you, this Bizarre?
Oh, nearby, in that apartment block in the Rue Bergère.
Well, what a coincidence. Our friend Maitre Leotard lives there, too.
Monsieur Maigret, believe me, it really wasn't me. I had no idea that those two were...
Never mind about that. I want you to do as I tell you, Lapointe.
Yeah, of course, sir.
After work today, I want you to meet your sister in your little restaurant, find out from Luca what the madame at this sleazy hotel had to say, and tell Germaine all about it. Madame Sturvels?
Oh, Monsieur Maigret, isn't it?
Is anyone with you? No. What are you doing here?
You can see for yourself. Visiting, just like you.
Monsieur Alfonsi.
And how are my old friends on the Vice Squad?
All the better without you.
I could have had you all for unfair dismissal. But I'm not the sort of chap to bear a grudge.
Especially when running a private detective agency seems to suit you so well. Does Maitre Leotard pay well?
I've no idea what you're on about.
I'm waiting.
What for?
For you to go.
And if I don't?
You don't want to find yourself trailed by one of my men, do you?
No need to get nasty, Monsieur Maigret. I know when I'm not wanted.
Does he often come here?
I don't like him. It's something to do with our lawyer.
How's your husband?
All right. He reads all day long. He's bearing up.
And you?
Yes. I'm all right, too, I suppose.
May I sit down, madame?
Of course.
You see, I want to know what happened, and at the moment I'm completely in the dark.
Monsieur Maigret, we're all in the dark.
Do you love him?
Love? What I feel for him, it's beyond love.
Your husband is a man of regular habits, isn't he?
Yes.
You hardly ever apart.
He never went out without me.
Monsieur Leotard.
What about him?
Why did your husband choose him?
Franz doesn't like Leotard. He didn't choose him.
Just a minute. What did you say?
Maitre Leotard came to see us that day. The day before you took my husband away.
But at that time, he had no lawyer because he didn't know he was going to be charged. Yet when I told him to choose a lawyer, he named Leotard.
I see what you mean. Oh, look at these children that press their noses up against the window all the time as if it was some kind of freak show.
Is your husband good with money?
We live quietly. He works for the pleasure of working.
Does he love you?
I think so.
You sound unsure.
How sure is your wife that you love her?
Well,
I'm as sure as a woman can be. It's enough that I love him.
My difficulty is, all the evidence points to the fact that a man was killed in this basement.
So everyone tells me.
It seems impossible that it could have happened without your husband's knowledge, even if I were to agree with you that your husband is a good, Honest, hard-working man, all of which appears to be true.
You still arrested him?
I'm afraid that's my job. I'd better be going. Do you know, if I could, I'd start this case all over again. Do it my way, without all these Alphonses and other hangers-on. Well, I'll leave you in peace, Madame Stoyles.
Peace? Monsieur Maigret, can you imagine what it would be like if the only person you've ever loved was behind bars?
No, Madame, I can't.
And the doubts, wondering what'll become of him, wondering what he knows. You see, Monsieur Maigret, if I don't have faith in him, who else will? Don't you feel that way about your wife?
Well, I've never really thought.
He believed in me, and now it's my turn to believe in him. Isn't that what marriage is for?
Well, I'm not sure I've ever...
You go home and ask your wife. I know what she'll say. Women know about these things.
Yes. Perhaps they do.
The whole story's in the papers, Chief Inspector. Everything we found out about the Hotel Beau Séjour in the Rue Lepic, about Monsieur Levine, who stayed there with his female companion and the child, and the angry Frenchman, it's all here.
Excellent.
You're pleased.
Your sister's been invaluable.
And they've quoted that lawyer again.
Let me see. Maigret, a policeman of the old school. Methods are out of date. I've had an honest man locked up. Madame Maigret's story's cheap fiction. Lapointe, you tell me. So far, we have a woman, a little boy, and a swarthy man, all staying at a cheap hotel in the Rue Lepic. Then, a seedy Frenchman who comes to see them, according to the madame there. They have an argument. And then, everyone's racing around Paris in taxis. We know almost nothing about them. If the woman takes off her white hat and gets rid of the child, she can disappear forever. Now, with these newspaper reports, either they'll stay holed up or they'll try and find a safer hiding place, which means they'll be visible, at least for a short while. Maigret?
Maigret, it's Dossin. Could you come up and see me?
Dossin? Yes, Your Honor, I'll be right there.
I have Maitre Leotard with me.
I'd very much like to meet him. Thank you. You see, Lapointe? Without these newspaper reports, we'd have no way of flushing them out. In this job, you've just got to make the best of things. Understood?
Understood, Chief Inspector.
Out of date, indeed. I'd like to see him try.
I object, Your Honour, that a member of the police should...
May I take this chair? Oh,
By all means.
Thank you, thank you.
My client here has the right...
Do you mind if I light my pipe? Do carry on, Maitre Leotard.
None of the evidence adds up. My client knows nothing about teeth or suitcases.
May I ask a question, Your Honour? Monsieur Stoyles, when did you first hear of Maitre Philippe Leotard?
I protest!
I wasn't asking you. Monsieur Stoyles, after I'd finished questioning you that first night, you named your lawyer as Maitre Leotard.
The accused can choose any lawyer he likes.
I'm waiting for an answer, Stoyles. Had you ever heard of Maitre Leotard before the visit of my inspector?
Franz, don't answer.
All right. I'll ask you something else. Did you send for Leotard on that same day, the 21st, during the afternoon? At that time, there was a reddish-brown suitcase in your workshop, which was gone by the time Inspector Lucas came with a search warrant.
I forbid you to answer.
He came on his own. Maitre Leotard, he came to see me.
About a book plate for our family coat of arms. My grandfather, the former Comte de Leotard, gave up his title, and I was seeing about recreating our coat of arms.
And not about anything else.
Your Honour, this is your office, sir, and I object.
Have you any other questions to put to Monsieur Stoyles, Maigret?
No more? Thank you, Your Honour. Monsieur Stoyles, thank you too.
Thank you, Monsieur Maigret.
Well, there you are. No supper then?
I've only just got back myself. Oh, I got completely soaked.
It's your best clothes.
Anyway, you never come home for meals these days.
But
you see, I began with the department stores, although I really wasn't sure. And then I did the whole of Rue Lafayette. Then I went up the Rue Notre-Dame de Lorette and along the Rue Blanche, all on foot and in the rain.
What are you talking about?
The hat, of course.
Oh, the hat. Of course.
It's been on my mind, this business of the white hat. And obviously it's not men's work. I mean, white hats have been in for some weeks now, but one hat is never exactly like another. And at least I'd had a good look at this one. Now, you don't mind if dinner's cold, do you? I've got some things from the Italian delicatessens. Parma ham, hors d'oeuvre. Oh, and look, they've started doing these lovely artichoke hearts.
And the hat?
Talking of hats, Maigret, yours is dripping rain onto the carpet. You see, I knew there was no point looking on the Rue Saint-Honoré or Avenue Matignon, but and it wasn't a hat from the Galerie au Printemps either. Somewhere between the two, I thought, and definitely a milliner's. And a milliner's with good taste. So I did all the little shops around the Place d'Anvers. Oh, I must have seen 100 white hats. And finally, it was a pearl grey one which stopped me in my tracks. It was on the Rue Camartin, in the window at Hélène et Rosine. It was exactly the same hat, in another shade, with the little veil just here above the eyes.
So you went in?
Yeah, why is that so surprising?
Was I surprised?
Just because you can't see me trying on hats in a classy milliner's.
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, I did go in there, so there. And I asked in a perfectly normal way whether they had the same hat in white. And she said no, they had it in pale blue, yellow and jade green. They'd sold the white one more than a month ago. So I sighed and said, oh, that must have been the one my friend was wearing. Oh, dear, I was blushing. I could see myself in all the mirrors. Nearly as bad a liar as you are. And then she said, well, do you know the Comtesse Panetti? With this tone of surprise, which I have to say was rather rude. And I said, yes, I'd met her, and that I'd very much like to see her again, because she'd asked me for some information, and now I'd mislaid her address. And then she said, well, she's almost certainly still at the Claridge. There. I thought you'd be pleased.
I am.
I thought I'd done rather well.
Yes. You have.
And you've been so grumpy recently. I was only trying to help.
I'm just thinking about something.
Next time I won't even bother.
It was just something that Madame Stuyvels said.
Who?
Madame Stuyvels, the wife of our poor bookbinder.
Huh? I've been seeing her.
She said that marriage is all about believing in each other, and that you'd know what she meant. I think that's what she said.
She said that?
Yes. Yes, she did.
Oh. Poor her. With her husband locked up like that.
Yes. So, are you going to cross-examine the porter at the Claridge, or shall I?
Me? What do you think I am? A police inspector? Come and have some supper, you silly boy.
Luca!
Morning, Chief.
Got something for you. I visited the Claridge Hotel late last night.
Not your usual haunt, Chief.
Oh, the night porter there is an old chum. Very helpful. The Countess Panetti, you see. At first I thought she was the woman in the blue suit, but the Countess herself is in her 70s, wealthy widow of an Italian industrialist. She has an Italian maid, Luca, who wears a blue suit and a white hat and is called Gloria Lotti. She also has a son-in-law, a Hungarian called Krinkler. And the Countess's daughter eloped with this man, and then they separated, but he seems to be trying to build bridges with his ex-mother-in-law. He's also broke.
Maigret, wait. Slow down.
The Countess, with her maid, left Paris on the 15th of February in Krinker's car, a chocolate-coloured Chrysler. Krinker was driving. The Countess hasn't been seen since. Nearly a month later, my wife became embroiled in the affair with the little boy.
Gotcha, Chief. A rich elderly lady. Now we're getting somewhere.
So it appears.
I'll get the boys onto missing Chrysalis.
We should check the resource for the Countess, too. And Moores, up in records, has found a photo that matches the description of the seedy Frenchman. Alfred Moss. A Belgian, in fact. Originally an acrobat. Turned to petty crime a few years ago. Will you get records to look up this Crinker?
Will do. So, Chief, how did you make the connection between our little gang and the Countess Panetti?
Well, let's just say it was feminine intuition. I have a photograph I'd like you to look at. Do you recognize this man?
Of course. It's Alfred, my husband's brother.
Well, when did you last see him?
About 2 months ago. We came to dinner as usual.
With a suitcase?
He always has a suitcase.
Do you know what he does?
Not exactly. Franz says he was an acrobat until he had his fall. He feels sorry for him.
Why does he call himself Moss? You said their mother was poor, didn't you? It was worse than that, wasn't it?
I guessed most of it. And then Franz told me the rest. She was in the same business as I was. And she drank. 7 or 8 children by different fathers. It was Franz who chose the name Stoffels. His mother was called Mosselea.
Is she dead?
I think so. He never mentions her. Alfred's the only family he sees.
Your husband. He never went out without you. You were together from morning till night.
Yes, every day.
You never went out without him?
Only on wash days, obviously.
Wash days?
Well, I can't do the washing here, can I? I go to the laundry barge on the Seine, you know, just below Pont Neuf.
Do you mind if I light my pipe? By the way, have you heard of a Countess Panetti? No? Or her son-in-law, Mr. Crinker? No? Oh, well.
And now I have a question for you, Monsieur Maigret. Do you think my husband's guilty?
My dear Madame Stoivels, I'm afraid I have no idea. Good morning. Young Lapointe, good morning to you. What a fine day.
You can tell how an investigation is going, Lapointe, by whether Monsieur Maigret wishes you a good morning.
So, today's a good day, then?
I've arranged to project Alfred Moss's image in the cinemas after the newsreels asking for information. I thought I'd make the best use of the technology available to us. You see, Lapointe, in this job... Maigret? From where? Lagny, by the River Marne, as I thought. Hello, Inspector? Yes? Right. A Chrysler, yes? Brought up from a river, you say, yes. Body? In the water a month. We'll be right there. I'll be bringing Dr. Paul, my pathologist. He likes that kind of thing. If I'm not mistaken, we found a Countess Panetti, but probably not her jewels. You're very quiet.
Am I, sir?
Lot to think about today?
Suppose so.
Bodies of murdered countesses hauled from sunken cars, that sort of thing. You see, Lapointe, in this job... And, now, what are these messages? Well. Apparently, if I can make out Lucas's dreadful handwriting, a young woman came in with her father, having seen the photo of Moss. I knew the newsreel idea was a good one. And he says Moss had been lodging with them, called himself Peters. Peters, alias Moss, went out on the night of that Saturday in February, which of course is when Madame Stoivels had been lured away to Concarneau. Reappeared the next day, then didn't leave his room for a week. Vanished sharpish 12th of March, which is the day that my wife was left with a little boy.
I see, sir.
And according to this, Leotard phoned several times wanting to buy me a drink in the Shop du Negre. Don't you think that's very civil of him?
Yes, sir.
Talking of suitcases, Lapointe.
Were we?
I've had an idea. Now, think before you answer. Do you want to try something difficult? Wait. This won't get your name in the papers. Quite the contrary. If you succeed, nobody but you and me will ever know about it. If you fail, I will be obliged to disclaim all responsibility and maintain that you were acting on your own.
I understand.
You don't understand at all, but it doesn't matter. Now, listen to me. It's 9 now. I'll set off now to join Leotard for this drink. You know where the lawyer lives? En Rue Bergère, 4th floor, on the left. You've been taught how to open a door, haven't you?
You want me to...
Lucas will give you the tools. And if it's not at the Rue Bergère, just go straight over to the Rue de Douai, Alphonse's place. Room 33 in the Hotel du Massif Central. Same thing there. Just the suitcase. You understand? Phone me at the Shop du Negre in the Boulevard Bonne Nouvelle.
Yes. Yes, Chief Inspector, sir.
What do you have? A beer?
Oh, thank you.
Waiter, a beer and brandy and water. So, how's the investigation? Has your appeal had any results?
Maitre Leotard, why did you invite me here?
Well, maybe it was to make peace. I feel I've been a bit short with you. You see, I respect you, Maigret. We're both doing our jobs. It's just that yours is to corner my client. Mine is to rescue him.
To the extent of becoming his accomplice?
I don't know what you mean. But if that's how you want it, I'll come straight to the point.
Lovely.
You see, Chief Inspector, you're in a position to wreck my career. A career that everyone agrees will be brilliant. Well, I mean, I haven't always stuck to the rules.
I'm waiting, Maitre Leotard.
You know, Monsieur Maigret, I come from a poor family. Very poor.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Comte de Leotard.
What I mean is, I've been waiting for some time for a case that would give me a chance to distinguish myself.
And now you've found it?
Exactly. And on Friday, in Monsieur Dossin's office, you said something that made me think you knew more about this business than you were letting on.
Oh, do you know, the beer here is awfully good. I think I'll have another.
You're determined, aren't you?
Look at that cashier. Now, she's a proper cashier, like the ones from the old days. That black silk blouse, her hair all pinned up, guarding the phone like that.
All right. I admit it. I made a professional error in soliciting Stoivels to become my client.
Oh, yes, a professional error.
I happened to hear about the case. There's a friend of mine, lives in the same building, Antoine Bizarre. He works on a paper. He has a girlfriend who...
Yes, the sister of one of my men.
So you do know?
I like the way you tell it, Leotard.
Well, through Bizarre, I heard that the police were interested in a bookbinder on the Rue de Turenne. So I went over there.
On February the 21st, early in the afternoon.
You're a cruel winner, Monsieur Maigret.
Go on.
I told him that if he was in any trouble, I'd be glad to defend him. And it's for his sake I invited you here this evening. Anything that harms me would harm him by association. There it is, Monsieur Maigret. It's for you to decide. Are you more interested in the cashier than in what I've got to say?
No, not at all.
I'm in your hands, Monsieur Maigret. All you have to do is go and see the chairman of the Bar Council and tell him what you know.
Now look. She's taking a call. Excuse me, Leotard. I believe that's for me. Maigret.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I'll take it here.
Is that you, Chief Inspector?
Yes.
I've got it. It wasn't at the lawyer's. I did it just like you said. Nearly got caught by the concierge. Then I went over to the Rue de Douai. It was easy. No trouble getting in. The suitcase was under the bed. What shall I do with it? I'm at the cigar store on the corner now.
Take a taxi to the office. I'll meet you there.
Yes, sir. You are pleased, aren't you, sir?
Yes. You've done well.
Right then. See you later.
Yes.
See you later, Chief.
Yes, right. Another beer, I think. And waiter, can you bring this man a brandy?
What?
Neat.
But I haven't...
Make it a double.
Oh, I don't want enough of them.
Tomorrow morning, Leotard, I am indeed going to report you. Not to the Bar Association, to the public prosecutor. You and your crony, Alfonsi.
I don't see why.
Suppression of evidence in a murder case. Ooh. You're looking at years, I'd say, not months. Must go, old chap. The drinks are on you. Oh, how very civil of you.
But...
You see, dear boy, I've got the suitcase.
Oh, there you are.
I'm sorry.
Well, it was a cold supper anyway. I'll just put these away.
Oh, your press cuttings.
Oh, someone's got to keep a record for your memoirs, Maigret.
That's us on holiday.
Yes. Do you remember? Dieppe.
What's it doing in that magazine?
Oh, didn't you see it? Came out recently. A 4-page article on the early days of your career and your methods.
My methods.
You'll find the ham on the coal shelf, dear.
Come in. Oh, Maigret.
Good morning.
Are you going away?
I beg your pardon?
You're carrying a suitcase.
Yes.
Oh, good heavens, the suitcase.
He's looking at several years inside, Your Honour.
So,
Look, that's why it's so heavy.
Bookbinder stamps?
At first glance, but in fact, seals of various sovereign states. Here's one for the United States. And official seals, government departments.
Passport forgery?
Exactly. Sturville's brother Alfred provided him with the models and the passports.
Have they been in this business long?
Roughly 2 years, judging by the bank accounts. I've been on the phone to most of the banks in Paris this morning.
So, Alfred Moss is a professional.
Alfred Moss, first and foremost, is a clown, an acrobat. But a couple of years ago, he found out that fake passports, especially for America, were worth fortunes. That's when he thought of his brother. It occurred to him that a bookbinder would be able to do just as good a job with the official seals.
But why should Sturvilles have accepted to do it?
In my experience, people who've known the kind of poverty that he knew as a child, real grinding poverty, I mean, have such a terror of the bad days that they're capable of anything.
When did they do this?
Wash days, Your Honour. Almost every Monday, Moss would arrive with his suitcase.
But the young woman with the child, and the Countess Panetti.
I'm coming to that. But I've had another question on my mind. Why, on Tuesday, 12th of March, when everything seemed quiet, was there that sudden flare-up which ended in the groups dispersing? I mean, the incident in the Place d'Anvers, which my wife happened to witness. Why did they suddenly behave as if we were onto them? And it was only last night that through the wildest chance I found the answer. My wife was sitting at our table with one of these silly articles about me, which featured an old photo of Madame Maigret and myself on holiday. And it was published on Tuesday, 12th of March. And sometime last night, it dawned on me. I realized that Moss must have seen the magazine, and this morning I checked with the family with whom Moss was lodging, and indeed he had. He'd seen the photographs, so he'd have connected the woman on the bench who waited each week for the dentist with the wife of the chief inspector in charge of the investigation.
But it was a coincidence.
But why would Moss have assumed that? He must have quite naturally concluded that we were on his track. The group scattered after that.
Do you expect to catch them?
Oh, in a week, or a month, or a year. You know how these things are.
Well, I've asked them to bring Sturvilles up. Do you think he'll talk?
I think he will.
So, there they were. Monsieur and Madame Sturvilles, sitting in the judge's office.
And a much subdued Leotard, too.
How very satisfying.
Yes, it was.
And poor Sturvilles talked.
There was no reason for him not to. There was no one left to protect. So, Sturvilles. That Saturday night, Moss, Levine, and a third man, probably Krinkirk, came to your house.
Yes.
When your wife was out of the way.
That wasn't my idea. I didn't even know about it. At first, I refused to let them in. I was reading.
Sturvilles explained that there were 3 men, his brother and 2 strangers. One was large and dark, the other thin, nervous. The nervous man was Hungarian and wanted a passport for the States. So Stervels was about to get to work when suddenly there was a shot. The heavy man, Levine, had shot the Hungarian, who, of course, was Krinker. And Levine explained all about Krinker and the Countess, how after Levine, had shot the Countess at the side of a river, Krinker had lost his nerve and become a liability. And then poor old Stervels was asked to light the furnace.
It raises a ghastly image, doesn't it, Maigret? The furnace burning all night. Stervels having to get out all his sharp tools.
How you enjoyed writing it.
They spent the night in my workshop. It took a very long time. My brother drank a lot of brandy. I knew about Levine already. I knew Alfred was working for him. He has a child with a pretty girl, an Italian. He'd found the Countess, made this girl get a job as her maid. There were some things I only worked out later, like that Levine must have planned the whole thing in advance. He'd wanted to get Krinker out of the way. He knew what was going to happen that night. That's why he sent Gloria to Concarneau to send the telegram. Krinker, you see, he liked to live well. Since his divorce, the old lady would give him small amounts of money. But he wanted enough to get to the States. He thought it was just going to be a theft, not a murder.
Was it on the night of Krinker's death that you found out all this?
Yes. We talked, Alfred and me. We had to wait hours while they... I'm sorry. It's been difficult to forget. When I close my eyes at night, and for my wife to hear it all now for the first time. May I sit by her?
Of course.
Oh, Franz. Never mind, love. We'll manage. And you'll still be able to work. Shh. Oh.
And you did indeed track down the others.
You know we did. A month later, Levine was arrested, and Gloria Lotti 2 days after that. Her son had been entrusted to a peasant couple. She refused to say where. Alfred Moss killed himself 4 years later. The Countess's jewels had been at the hotel all along.
And the shoemaker never admitted that it was he who had sent the note.
You see? There you go again. How can you know that? It's typical of you.
I have to tell a story, Maigret.
Anonymous notes. Utterly fanciful. Gives us a bad name. Those of us who are trying to do a job. It's painstaking work, often very dull. I'm not complaining, but really, the shoemaker indeed. Why can't you just write the story as it really happened? It's like all these pipes I'm supposed to smoke. Things as they are just never exciting enough for you, are they?
Georges Simenon's Madame Maigret's Own Case was dramatised by Alison Joseph. Nicolas Le Prevost was Maigret and Julian Barnes Simenon. Madame Maigret was played by Julie Legrand and Sergeant Lucas by Ron Cook. Stervels was played by Paul Sir, Madame Stervels by Victoria Carling, Lyotard by Nicholas Bolton, Lapointe by Carl Prekop, and Alfonsi and Dossin by Martin Hyder. The music was by Lucinda Mason-Brown. The director was Ned Chaillet.